Hi everybody and welcome to Amy Nolte Music. Recently I became aware of a method of improvising, and in particular an app for practicing improvising that has blown my mind and sent me down a rabbit hole for the last couple of months. This is the video that I saw that made me want to check it out. The developer of the method is named David Eskenazi from France. I wanted to check out his music, so I went to Spotify. And then I saw his app, Melodier.
3, 7, 5, 2, 3, 2. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. 7, 4, 3, 3, 5, 2, 1, 2. 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 9, 5.
And I don't know if you recognized her, but that's Camille Berthoud. I became aware of her maybe 8 years ago, and I've been a fan ever since of her amazing improvising and beautiful voice and great musicianship. When I saw her demonstrating Melodier with musician David Lynx, I knew this was something I had to check out. I don't want this to feel like it's a commercial for an app or anything. It's totally not. If you sign up to get this app, I don't make any money or anything like that. I just really, really like it, and I want everybody who loves music as much as I do to have the chance to learn about this method. It's a method of improvising, it's a method of ear training, and just pure musicianship like I've never seen before, and it's honestly stretched my brain probably to the max. That's probably not really very far. I'd like to have David, or David, I think is better, tell you about the app himself, because I was able to get in touch with him and actually have a Skype lesson with him so that he could put me on the right course and actually make a little practice routine for me that's really kicked my butt.
Melodier delivers a groundbreaking interface, allowing you to visualize, hear, and sing the melodic modes associated with the chords of a song, to teach your ear and voice to flow limitlessly both in and between modes. The pitch detection accurately shows the notes you are singing, so you can work independently.
The layout of it all, it honestly has been kind of a lot for me to wrap my head around. It probably won't be that way for most of you. I'm not really a very visual learner, so it took me a second to understand it, but once it started to click for me, then I realized it was probably more intuitive from the beginning than I had thought that it was. This is the mode practice screen. You can choose any chords you'd like and put them in the grid. The chord name is at the bottom, the note names are on the left, and the number names as they relate to each chord are laid out in these squares of different colors. A nice way to get started is just to touch the chord at the bottom, hear it, and then sing the scale using numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you sing each number, you'll see the square light up, and if you look closely on the right side of each square, there's a tiny little tuning dot that lets you know if you're sharp or flat or right on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to touch the next chord, get that in my ear, and do the same thing. Sing the pitches 1 through 7. 5, 6, 7, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now these chords are minor, so the mode that I've chosen is Dorian. It doesn't mean you have to choose Dorian. There are more options. You can see that if I sing an E over the D minor chord, the number 2 is shown, but directly to the right of it is a 5. That's because the same E that was the 2 in D minor is the 5 of A minor. It's really easy to notice the common tones between chords because they're just right next to each other. But I do need to say that that's not the purpose of the app, seeing common tones or just strictly singing the pitches of the mode. It goes way deeper. It's very easy to edit and make different chord progressions. What I like to do is to choose a particularly difficult section of a song that I'm working on, and then just take those chords and put them in my practice mode screen. So maybe if I'm working on the Days of Wine and Roses and I have trouble, hearing my way through those first 4 chords, I can just take those 4 chords, plug them in, and practice them one at a time. And even better, I can assign a specific mode or scale to each chord so that I can stretch my ear, and maybe over that second dominant chord I can sing a dominant Lydian sound, or I can sing an altered dominant sound. Whatever I'd like to do, I can plug it in, and those are the pitches that will appear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 11, 3, 2, 3, 11, 5, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 5, 11, 5. There's an entire list of standards for you to practice, as well as several transcriptions. One thing that I discovered on my own, I don't know that David would think that this is a particularly good approach, but for me, in order to understand the layout and how everything worked, I just clicked on all of me, and I started singing the numbers of the pitches of the melody. So like 1, 5, 3, 1, 2, 1, and then the chord changes from C to E7. So now I'm on the 5 of E7. 5, 3, 1, because that takes a second for me just to wrap my head around the fact that every time the chord changes, now I'm in a whole new mode or a whole new scale with new numbers. So that's a good way for me to warm myself up before I start the app, is to just sing melodies. And it also lets you hear those intervals in your head and really practice your ear training. 1, 5, 3, 1, 2, 1, 5, 3, 1, 1, 7, 5, 11, 5, flat 9, 1, 4, 3. Once I'm all warmed up, I like to employ David's methods. It has to do with finding pathways within the modes between chords. He, like I said, invented a whole practice routine for me, so I'm going to run you through that really quickly. He suggested I use the chord progression D minor 9 Dorian to B minor 9 Dorian to B flat 9 sharp 11 to A7 flat 9 sharp 11, altered. I guess the last 2 chords, the dominant Lydian sound, the people in French call it the Bartok mode. I didn't know that. We usually just call it Lydian dominant. First, he suggested I check out the way that the altered mode is laid out on those altered chords. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 11, 5, 3, 2, 1. 1, 9, 9, 3, 9, 9, 1, 7, 13, 7, 1, 3, 11, 13, 7, 1. And for me, sometimes instead of saying sharp 9 and flat 9, I'll just say 9, 9, just for the ease of it. Now he suggests that I do some zigzags. This is where it really starts to stretch me. All I do is touch the chord, hear the chord, sing a note, touch the next chord, hear the chord, sing the next lowest note. So the note that's kind of diagonal and down from the first one, then touch the first chord again, go back to this first chord, singing the next descending pitch. So as you can see, I'm zigzagging down between the first 2 chords. Then I do the same thing, but with all 4 chords, trying to find pathways, chord to chord, descending. 5, 6, 13, 2, 3, 2, flat 9, 5. Here's the crazy part. Now, I've been preaching motifs to you for years. David thinks that it's a great idea to create a motif over one of these chords and then to slightly descend it. So you descend it going to the next chord by one tone. Keep your motif. Do the same thing as you move to the next chord. I can do it with really simple motifs.
1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6, 5, 4, 2, 6, 5, 11, 9, 13, 11, 3, 5, 2, 1, 7.
You can check out the website that David has. I'll put it on my description of this video. I mean, feel free to get the app. Feel free to write to him. I think there are a limited number of sessions online. You can have. He has courses. He has videos. I mean, he's taken Camille through all of it, and he's taken other singers through it too. And I just can't believe the beauty that I hear when these people are making music together. It's a whole different way of organizing your thoughts. I mean, it's not thinking about like, you know, bebop licks like I typically do. It's really a lot more about hearing the color tones and being able to move to those color tones as the chords switch in a very meaningful way, and I think a really unique way. If I can keep this up, I think you'll start to hear a difference in the way that I improvise. And also, I think I'll start to feel a difference in the way that I recognize pitches as chords move to other chords and I'm going through songs, particularly when I'm not with my instrument. But I'm also excited to see how it translates for me being able to hear the pitches when I'm playing on the piano. A lot like my point and sing method, I think this taps into the same part of the brain. I feel that it does. And so it's been really cool for me. It's just taking stuff that I already absolutely believe in and pushing it to a new level. The app comes at a cost. It's not a free app, and it's only available on iOS right now. So go check it out. There's a practice version of it that's free. It doesn't have a lot of the features that come when you pay for it, but yeah, I think you're really gonna like it. I think it's gonna be something that stretches you. So let me know. Let me know if you pick it up. Let me know what you think of my horrible attempts at this app and if you would have done better right from the get-go. You can also click the card right above my head if you'd like to download the app. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time on Amy Nolte Music.